In 1994, the government decided that they should provide a complaint handling mechanism that was separate to the Law Institute, which up until that date had had a purely self-regulated model. The government also at that time took control of the funding mechanism for regulation, which was interest on people's trust accounts and administered by lawyers. So the board that administered the fund was staffed with some consumers, and also we had the establishment of a Legal Services Commissioner, which was a public service position. On the 1st of July this year, we had the introduction of the Uniform Law, which came after 2009, an intention to have a uniform regulatory law for all lawyers across Australia. New South Wales and Victoria agreed to be part of that scheme, and that started on the 1st of July. I suppose over that 21 years, the Law Institute has lost most of its regulatory powers and in fact is only providing services to the regulators now in terms of being involved in the regulation of the profession.
There's been quite a few changes both in terms of regulation and what you might describe as global developments that affected our profession. We would look to 2005 when Australia adopted international accounting standards, and our profession had to do a lot of work in advance of that date in order to prepare that Australia was well equipped to adopt those standards, and we were early adopters and we're proud of that. We've certainly seen the advent of greater powers to the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, particularly how they have worked with our profession, and we believe that those powers have reached the right level of balance so that there is a strong co-regulatory model of our profession. And finally, we have seen the impact of challenges at a global level affecting policy regulation in Australia. And at this point, but it has been here in the past, a lot of focus of the profession is around international tax, and in particular whether there is erosion of the tax bases in Australia as multinationals have structured their affairs. Our profession with each of these changes is needed to ensure that we remain relevant and contemporary to our members. How we do that is first of all through the delivery of our education, both in our core program of the CA qualification, but importantly through our offerings of lifelong learning. We're also making sure that we can connect peer experiences. Our family is now 115,000 members, and we've got to find ways in which members specifically interested in different areas can share those experiences so each earns a level of understanding from each other. Importantly as well, as a profession, we need to ensure that there is the right focus on ethical behaviour, and when that ethical behaviour is not up to the standards that is expected by our members, then we take the appropriate actions through investigations and disciplinary matters to ensure that the overall brand of chartered accounting is meeting the needs of integrity and quality. And importantly, we also have a focus on the ethics of our profession. And there's an aspect here that not only is it educating around ethics, but when behaviours are not married up to the expectations of what we set out for our profession, then there is appropriate investigations and disciplinary responses to that poor behaviour. This is a really important part of what a profession stands for, which ensures that the quality and the integrity of the brand is maintained.